you have a dog?
Care for other people's
Do you have a dog? I care about other people's rights. Do you have a dog? Do you have a dog? Their feelings don't trump my rights. Do you have a dog? Do you have a dog?
I'm sorry, I don't speak tyrant. Are you drunk today? How many drinks have you had this evening? Do you mind if I search you? Is there anything illegal in your car I should know about? Would you submit to a field sobriety test?
How many people have you arrested today and planted drugs on them? Do you have anything in your car I should know about that's illegal? Anything that might pinch me, stick me, or poke me? Will you submit to a DUI test?
Stewie, how's that oatmeal? Is it true you're having an affair with that oatmeal? What do you say about the rumors that you have a full diaper?
Leave me alone!
How come your feet are so small? Is it true you can't say spaghetti? What about the rumors that you have cooties?
So, accountability for all, Josh Abrams has been terrorizing, educating everyone on their rights. Or more specifically, Josh's right to be a total asshole. Because remember, it's all about the First Amendment. The problem is that he's not only just a horrid person, but he's not a great role model for the First Amendment auditing community anyways. Josh goes out of his way to engage with people that know less about the law than he does, in the hopes, or even the wet dream, I'll say, that they will A, touch him or his equipment, and B, call the police. If either of these two actions occur, it will make him so excited he'll be attaching tassels to those bitch tits before you know it. So let's look at some examples of Josh expressing his various rights together.
Hi. I'm sorry?
When you need any help, she can help you right here.
I'm good. I'm just checking the place out. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna have a camera going.
Is this a public place?
It doesn't matter, it's a federal building.
Yeah, that's not true. There's no expectation of privacy in public. So in a federal building and a public building is funded by tax dollars like a film. Thank you.
So this is a pretty common thing that Josh will do. There's absolutely no value in filming the people behind the desks, but he will spend an exorbitant amount of time doing such things because he knows people don't like being filmed. And this is all part of his content strategy. Eventually, somebody will say something to you if you keep filming them, just because. Here's another example of this.
Cops don't like you to film like behind the 911 thing. You got to create privacy for that. That's not my problem.
You see, he knows if he hovers on somebody long enough that he will eventually annoy them enough that he can inform them of his civil rights. Honestly, what does he expect to see when he audits these places? What kind of misappropriation of funds does Josh expect to see behind the glass?
Silverfish. There is more money here than we could spend in 10 lifetimes. I certainly can't launder it.
You should renewal only if you go down the orange line. What's up today?
How much? How do you exchange your ID out with your driver's license?
Say it again?
What's the process of changing an ID or switching a license to another state?
To another state?
Yeah.
Do you have the out-of-state license?
Not on me.
It has to be current and valid, or within 1 year.
Yep.
And you need these documents.
This man deserves a medal for being the coolest cat around. You can see his apprehension for a second, but then he just kind of rolls with the punches because he doesn't feel like having this conversation today. And then there's Buddy here with the aviators just hanging a cell phone in his face. Now, that said, I really do wish I could get a look at what's on his phone. I bet you it's like Martha Stewart cooking or something.
State license.
Yep.
For real ID or standard?
Standard.
Please. This is only if there's a name change, in that case it must match.
Sea shanty,
Social
bubbles,
Security
right in the
number.
middle of a desert.
Yeah.
Desert be a kind of sea.
Figures. He's watching Powder Puff Girls. Well, when you're done watching your kids' cartoons, this man has things to do. Grown-ups are working. Please move along.
Larry was pretty nice. All right, so maybe they won't get, maybe they'll be fine with us filming here.
Can't take pictures in here.
Oh shit! Someone grab the tassels cause Bitch Tits is on the stage. This lady has no clue how hard she just made Josh by saying those simple words, hey, you can't film here. What she should have said is, why would you want to film here? Besides, you have your friend here that can't put the childish cartoons down.
They must forgive me.
I can't do this phone.
I actually owe you an apology too.
Whoa, guys.
You
Guys,
apologize
I want the information on how to get a dealer's license. I got a dealer plate.
I wish I didn't need.
Come on, man, that's embarrassing. Put the My Little Pony away. Grown-ups have work to do.
I don't think the security guard knows about we the people. Because we the people have the right to conduct a constitutionally protected activity in a public place.
Tell him I was trying to get a dealer's license.
Now let him figure out. He's about to learn a very valuable lesson today.
She is, yeah.
This is the problem, giving security guards guns. Because they have no idea, what the Constitution is, so they really have no idea, what a gun is. If they're violating my First Amendment right, why are they exercising their Second Amendment right to defile my First Amendment right?
Do you even listen to yourself when you talk, Josh? First of all, I have a feeling that Josh here would be the first person to bitch his tits all over the place if he was denied his Second Amendment rights. That is, if he was allowed to have a weapon. Something tells me his criminal charges prohibit him from carrying one. So this argument of give a guard a gun wouldn't even fly if you weren't busy trying to be the hero America deserves. Josh here knows all about people's rights. I know because he proudly told this woman all about his fight for her equality.
And I apologize for my use of language in front of you, but before you're going to defend something, just know I marched all over this country to make sure that our civil rights are protected, and you should take a little more stock in that. If you're working with these guys, make sure that you know the laws that they can break.
Holy shit, did you just tell a black woman about your fight for her civil rights? You can see the look on her face. She's about to slap the fat white kid out of you. Now, before we go any further, I want to reel it back to this moment back here.
Security guard knows about we the people. Because we the people have the right to conduct a constitutionally protected activity in a public place.
Now look at the smirk on this kid's face. You can actually see the moment that he realizes that Josh here is actually, in fact, rowing around the room in a douche canoe. Now there's plenty to take from, but why don't we just take a quick look at what happens if you put your hands on Josh or his phone?
So you gotta put your phone down?
Sorry?
You gotta put your phone down. There's no filming.
Is this a public place?
No, it's not a public place. It's a private place. Correct.
Okay, so this is not funded by the public.
No, it is not funded by the public.
It's privately funded.
It is private.
It's not part of the
It's a federal
Commonwealth of
building.
Massachusetts.
It's a federal building.
So that's public property. Don't touch my phone.
I'm gonna have to
That's
ask you
assault.
leave. I'm gonna have to
That's
ask you
assault.
leave. I'm gonna have to ask you
That's
leave.
assault. I'm gonna stand my ground. The police
I'm
are
gonna
on
have
their
to ask you
way.
to leave.
If you put your hands on me, then I'm gonna have to defend myself. Unfortunately, I mean it's not unfortunate for me. It'd be unfortunate for you, but I wouldn't touch me.
I'm gonna scissor kick you in the back of the head.
Already got it.
Get the fuck away from my
I did it. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be presented to you by the court. He's under arrest right now.
Tracy. Tracy's under arrest. We were filming the parking lot. I was going to... I mean, she's assaulted someone. Thank God I didn't defend myself.
Dude, you're a fucking joke.
Huh? Oh, you're... If you want, if you can hold the phone and you want to put your hands on me, you'll see exactly what happens, Bob.
Chip, I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey. Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, Josh is so big rolling sleeves on an old man. An old man that probably fought in a war, so Wonder Bra here could be as big a jackass as he can muster. No one likes Josh. He may be fighting for your First Amendment rights, but no one wants him to. Even the people used to roll with Josh don't like Josh anymore.
What's tyrannical about a post office?
All right. No, Steve, not Steve. No, Gary. All right. So Gary. Whoa, Gary, calm down.
The post office. What are you trying to uphold by filming at a post office?
Gary, I'm not gonna say I'm a lion right now. I've been with Josh maybe to a couple of different of those things, and I don't know if I posted them myself. I can look in a second. And I myself don't feel as though anymore is that's necessary to do, because those people aren't trained in the Constitution. And even though there's a sign in there saying post to 7, right, those people have no idea that you're coming in there, and they have no idea. So my new thing is, what I want to do is cop watching and Fourth Amendment orders. Well, I've been around Josh. I was around Josh for 2 months. You know what? For a little while there, I thought Josh was an all right guy. Yeah. And at the end there, I just didn't like it anymore. And there was a lot of different things. He started burning bridges. He was trying to fuck over another friend.
I think I seen a video, and Josh was like, "Oh, I paid for all your tires on your vehicle." I think and he paid for all the gas and all the hotel and he's like, and they're still wanting money. And he's like, what money? I just paid for all this stuff.
No, he didn't pay for anything. See, I had a job. I had a real job. And the minimum wage real job, I mean, poke fun at me what you want. The minimum wage...
No, we're talking like adults now.
All right. The minimum wage real job I had, was just barely paying the rent, right, and maybe a few more dollars a week to get by. And Josh came out of jail needing somebody to drive him around, and I was following Josh, and I felt like I wanted to do my contribution to the movement. And what happened is that Josh was supposed to pay me. Well, Josh decided not to fucking pay me, and Josh said he paid for tires. No, I paid tires probably twice out of my own pocket. One of his moderators one time handed me some money, and I took that money and bought a tire with it. The moderator gave me money just for helping Josh. He didn't give me money for my tires. So I used that money to buy a tire to further help drive Josh around.
Last, we need to look at footage that shows that Josh is narrating these encounters and trying to create a police response. Look at how his associate was behaving before the police showed up.
You don't see something like that every day. He's like crawling. What is he doing?
Stop!
And now look how normal he's acting in this section of this other video when the police have actually arrived.
Live streaming for our protection. We have the Sheriff's Department, Indiana. Yeah, we have the Sheriff's Department in Indiana drawing down on gunpoint. Gotta share this video. Filming while black. Filming while black. There's no RAS, there's no PC to have this man drawn at gunpoint. Governor's mandate orders that people wear a mask. So what happened is he's standing on a sidewalk with a camera wearing a mask, and now he's at gunpoint.
Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Now this makes it look like an innocent man was just simply rolled up on by police because of where Josh starts the video footage. But let's listen to the account of the woman who actually phoned the police.
I'll give you a love for both sides. What I don't like is when we're in a small town, we got our kids. And I think that there's a man that's methed out and he's crawling around.
Understood.
No, and the thing of it is, he resisted. What if that cop did not have a taser?
He didn't resist.
He got up and shoved the camera. Why did we come to our town to do this? Because the thing is, we thought for 20 minutes he was methed out. Come to find out, this was a setup for Black Lives Matter.
No, it's not a setup for Black Lives Matter. I said I marched with Black Lives Matter.
But we watched him for 20 minutes thinking that he was drugged out in our town. And then as soon as the cops got here, he was straight again.
So as you can see, Josh is a complete piece of shit, and this encounter was inevitable with the way the person was behaving. Now, there was actually a plethora of other things I could have mentioned about Josh and his shady dealings, but for now, I think we'll just leave it here. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this, hit that like button, and maybe leave a comment. Tell me what you think about Josh and his fight for your First Amendment rights. Thank you to all my Patreons and channel members, as always, and links are in the description below. Have a good night, everybody.